Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pop Culture Green Room. This is Kimberly Bryant,
And this is Blair Bryant.
and we've got our super duper brand new producer here, Mickey J.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for
Oh,
being
thank
here
you.
with
It's nice
us.
to have you here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we
Oh,
were
yeah.
finally able
So,
to
are
get
y'all
one.
ready, y'all? Are y'all ready to get into some pop culture, some celebrity gossip?
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, well,
It's
sorry
been
here,
long
right?
overdue, so yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's been a minute since we've done an episode like this,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
It's been a while. Been a while, but yeah, I took my microphone off of my stand because I like holding it better. So,
Makes
and then
sense.
also my stand got like all kind of like fucked up or whatever, like got bent up. I don't know how it happened, but it did. So anyway, I've got it in my hand.
It
In my
makes you
hand. So
support.
yeah,
I like it.
for
I
sure,
kind
for
of did like
sure.
the kind of casual vibe of it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. I feel like about to start singing. Hello,
Hey,
is it
whatever
me?
works, right?
All right, let's see here. So what do we got going on? All right, celebrity news. Okay, so Kendall Jenner, Bad Bunny, the breakup. Can't say I'm surprised because I haven't seen them. It's been months since I've seen them and like them together. And I've actually been thinking about it and I was wondering, I was like, what's their deal? If they're even still a couple? I can't remember what podcast I was listening to where they were talking about it, but it came up in conversation. May have been Hollywood Raw. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, sure enough, they haven't been seen since October. So I had figured that already like that ship had sailed. So sure enough, it looks like it came out that they are no longer together. So I don't know how long ago that's been a
I feel
thing,
like it was
but
probably just a
I don't
summer.
know. I didn't see it. It just didn't seem like it worked to me to begin with. It was an odd pairing, I thought.
Yeah, part of me was like, I feel like it's either a summer fling or like for publicity.
Oh yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely able to see both of them benefit from it.
Yeah.
Him probably more than her, but
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
100%.
something. Yeah, something about it seemed kind of off. And then at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, too, like she doesn't stay in relationships like quite as long as her sisters do. Like part of me
She
thinks
really
that she kind of
doesn't.
gets tired of men, but then also like there are a lot of rumors about her too, about her sexuality, and I don't like talking about that kind of thing. But
Yeah, that's true.
it's one of those things where it's kind of like that. I mean, I don't know, just you just never know. But
yeah. And
Oh
she's
um,
yeah,
always
you don't know.
kept her relationships like kind of private. I never really knew when she was in one or not.
that's true too.
For all
It's
I
like
know, she's
which is
with women.
mm-hmm. No, which is very true. Oh, it was actually was it TMZ I was listening to this morning, and they were talking about it, and that's a very true statement. But they said that compared to all the other sisters, that she and Kylie they've noticed that whenever they would take their relationships like out into the public, like really make it really public, they would never really work. They would seem to fall apart. So they believe that she takes that stance to just kind of keep it more quiet. Because even while she was with what's his name,
Yeah.
Devin Booker, the guy that played
Hmm.
basketball or plays basketball, it's like you didn't see much of her like posting with the two of them together on social media. It was maybe like someone said like a heart around his name or whatever, or a picture of him for like his birthday, but that was about it. She didn't really flaunt it too much,
I
but
thought
I
she
don't know.
was
To me, it was a weird pairing. I thought it was weird.
You know her friend Fi? I thought they were dating because they
Yeah,
post.
yeah. Do you remember? I thought they were dating too at one point, but I think
Oh,
they're just friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
Is
yeah,
any
that
one
was
of
a
his
while ago,
sisters?
huh?
Yeah. Well, like I think they've just like they're always hanging out together because they're good friends. But
Yeah.
it's funny because speaking of Phi, his sisters are twins. What's it? Like you probably know Mickey, who I'm talking about. Like Simi and Hayes, and they got all this plastic surgery. Look like it's so fucking weird because like they look just like Bella Hadid now, and
Were they
they
really?
were they were good friends with her and Gigi, and only for one of them turned around, she's dating a weekend now, and they've been together for a minute.
wait, they're twins, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
oh, wait a minute. I heard about that.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize it was one of them. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think it's
Scandalous. I need to
Simi. I
research
think who's
that.
dating the weekend. I can't remember. I want to say it's Simi, but it's like I don't really know a whole lot about them except that I just heard their influences and they're kind of like rumor has it they're like awful people allegedly, which I can believe that, and
I
like
can believe it.
I mean,
Mhm.
anytime you literally get plastic surgery, you look like one of your friends, well, someone that you befriend, and then you turn on and start dating her ex. I mean,
It's very
Yeah,
it's
that's
shady.
crazy.
like if somebody did that to me, I don't know how I would feel about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and Fi, I never heard anything bad about him. So, but
I
then
actually
again, if they come
have a
around,
Yeah.
friend who did that to me. Like
really,
he didn't get like plastic surgery or anything, but he definitely was mirroring my life a little bit too close, and it
what?
was very uncomfortable. Yeah,
Oh my god, that's scary.
That's
That's,
weird.
that's
like we were
unsettling.
friends,
That's like fatal
and
attraction.
yeah, it was like single white female.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's okay. That's
like
I was about
anyway,
to say
something like
that.
that. Yeah,
So
that's
I
yeah.
was literally about to say
That is
that, but
insane.
because I haven't seen the movie yet. I still haven't seen it. But every time like I would talk about a crazy situation, oh, it reminds me of like when I lived in San Diego, I had this crazy roommate situation. I was like in a house and it was really crazy because I ended up moving into a house with I was supposed to move in with a friend of mine, but and his at the time like his girlfriend because she was pregnant for their child. But anyway, however it was he ended up like moving on, found somebody else, and I got basically stuck at the house with the ex-girlfriend. And so we needed like another roommate because it was a big house, to kind of help split up rent. And so I had gotten someone else to come move in with us, and it was like a mirror, and like it was crazy. It's like the girl like literally stalked me, and one of my coworkers he found
Wow.
out about it, and he was like, "I wish you had told me about that." He goes, "I would have stopped you a long time ago." He's like, "Hello, have you ever seen the movie Single White Female?" He's like, "That's her. That's that bitch." And I'm like, "I've never seen it, but so I've heard a lot of people reference it." That's
Yeah,
what it sounds like.
it was a very uh, uncomfortable situation because we were already friends. We were part of the same friend group. Then he started dating my
Wow.
exes and asking me where I would buy clothes and what music I would listen to. It was a lot.
Yeah, for
Ooh,
sure.
sounds
That
like
is
it.
insane.
Ugh,
Oh
that is
man.
that's some creepiness.
Yeah,
That's
and it's
crazy.
We don't have
But
any,
yeah,
we
I
don't have
didn't
any
know.
contact anymore. Like he doesn't live near me. Like,
that's good.
times
That's reassuring.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
All of
definitely.
my
Oh,
friends
that's
that were aware of it, they definitely saw it. Like I was not just like, thinking it was happening. People really noticed
But
it.
actually, yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, it was actually happening.
Oh
That's
goodness.
scary.
Yeah.
That is scary indeed. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, I just never saw Kendall and Bad Bunny in it for the long term because I was always under the assumption his English wasn't that great either. So that's what really kind of
That's what I
stumped me.
heard.
Yeah, but I haven't but like I said, I don't listen to his music a whole lot. He had a jam I liked a lot with that he did with Drake. Oh my God, why am I forgetting the name of the song? I was listening to it this morning, but other than that, like I never paid attention enough to like really know or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm curious though. I'm curious as to how, like when that ended. But I have a feeling it must have ended like a little bit ago. But they're just now like it's just now kind of becoming public.
I
But
would think
The
so.
only thing I knew about him was that girls thirst after him, and he came out as bi before he started dating Kendall.
I do remember that part.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, that I do remember. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, that did happen. But yeah, that happened, and I'm curious. I'm curious as to like when it all happened, like who broke up with who. But I feel like Kendall was the one who ended it.
Probably.
I feel like
I
He,
would
she was the
say
one who
so.
ended it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Probably she gets tired
I
of
don't.
people fast. I
She
kind of
does. Yeah,
get it,
she told me.
But what's
Yeah,
funny is
that's
that it's like I liked her and Devin Booker together, but at the same time, like I think Devin Booker is just he's so cute, and it's like he's so good looking. And it's like I
he's
was like
looking.
living vicariously through her. so, so it's
See,
so
I
like
don't know much. Go for it.
Oh, did you see
yeah, like
when Kim was trolling Kendall with the starting five T-shirt?
With the what?
Oh, Kim was trolling Kendall, and she, you know how like in basketball there's a starting five.
I think so.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
about
So
that.
she put 5 of her NFL exes on a T-shirt and put Kendall's starting 5.
Oh, so she's trying to like flip the script on Kindle. Okay.
She was
Oh, I
trolling.
see now. Okay.
Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Show me. I want to see this. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, they do like the athletes. I mean, everybody's got their type, right?
Yeah, for sure.
hmm
But,
Yeah, but
I think there's
I mean, like, I
something
don't
on
know much about Devin Booker. I think Dumois said, I want to say she mentioned him before. I think they said he's not like he didn't treat her that well, or he's like known to not treat
he cheated a
people that.
lot.
Oh,
Oh,
like,
that's the shirt.
oh, that's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my
Okay, I
gosh,
didn't now
that's
remember.
great.
Okay, now I'm bringing. I didn't understand what the context was, but now that you said it and I have the shirt, now I
hmm
remember that. That's pretty funny.
Yes,
But,
yeah, I'm putting it together better
I just
myself.
heard. I think that Devin Booker, I think cheated on her a good bit, but I
I
mean,
think
like,
that's,
who
I want to
doesn't?
say that
Not
was
that I'm
one of the rumors
excusing
I
it,
heard.
but like the funny
Right.
thing is, actually, we're on DeMoss podcast to think about last month or something like that. She was talking about like rumors of like because there were early rumors of Bad Bunny and Kendall splitting up, and people were saying that she was
Uh-huh.
like that. Someone had told her that there's a source that told her that Kendall was talking about Devin Booker again, talking about him again, mentioning him.
hmm
So I'm kind of thinking that she'll probably still carry a torch for him.
Yeah.
Probably. I could see that.
I feel like that was the first
Yeah.
guy I heard that she was connected to,
I can see that.
with the exception
Yeah,
of like,
yeah,
teenage stuff.
right. Yeah, now that you mention
Like a
it, because
deeper
that's the
connection.
one that
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have, because honestly, I really don't have much of a recollection of her dating anybody else.
Yeah.
Like that's the only one I could really think of, like off the top of my head,
She
besides
dated
Bad
Ben
Bunny.
Simmons before that. Yeah, she dated Ben Simmons
Okay.
before that for a while, but the only reason I remember that one because someone on another lawn group I hang out at, because there were people were like saying they were like who were talking about gay rumors about
hmm
her, about her sexuality stuff like that, and someone who was in that group chat and was like, but she's been dating Ben Simmons. Like I see her around town all the time, like because she's more low key with her personal life. But that person said
Right.
that they
Yeah.
see her around town all the time, and at his games and with
Mm,
him all the time. So they were more serious, I think, than people were thinking.
Hmm.
So that
got
was
it. Yeah, that makes
interesting.
a lot of sense.
I'm curious how you feel about the Kardashians because a lot of stuff has come out recently about shady things they've done, and there's not everything has been proven, but enough is out there that people are starting to distance a little bit.
Interesting. I don't think I'd heard that much. So what's the latest you've heard?
A lot of stuff. I
I
don't
can
I,
believe it.
I don't know how much of it is true, but I've heard that Ray J recently exposed Kim for leaking the tape herself because you can't
Yes,
legally
yes.
Yeah,
do that stuff.
yeah,
That happened.
yeah, that happened.
It's
That
in
was
writing
was
about
it
that.
was it over the summer or was it right before the summer? That was
It was around
that
it was
happened.
around the summertime because remember we were
Yeah.
It
talking
was
about
around
another group of
summertime.
men.
Like
Yeah,
he went on live and read
that's
texts and
right.
stuff, like the whole like
Yeah,
text threads, and like it was like
Yeah,
hundreds of
he did.
pages.
Yeah,
And
he
he
then I
did
sure
heard
that.
did.
Yeah.
And it like
Chloe,
it basically, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that did come out. It did come out.
So that was this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like early summer, I believe. And what
Yes.
it was basically like people were basically said, me over here, basically, it's he was too little, too late. Is really what it was because I mean at this point they're billionaire, they're unstoppable, so there's nothing they
Oh
could do to
yeah.
take them down. So
Yeah.
he had he done it
Exactly.
maybe like 10 years ago, I think maybe more people would have listened
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
and they would have made it more of a big deal. Not to say people weren't listening. I think there were at this point they were just kind of like, well,
Yeah.
I mean they're billionaires.
They're
They
too
basically run
far
the
gone
world.
with fame and money and
And then I
too high
heard
up in the
Right.
business circles.
some voicemails came out, were released of Kim screaming at him when he was dating Whitney Houston.
Oh, I didn't
Uh,
hear anything about that.
I
I
can
didn't
pull it
hear
up.
the
No.
voicemail. I'm curious about that. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I remember hearing about Ray J and Whitney Houston dating years ago,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
crazy to think about. I remember
Yeah.
hearing about that, but it's funny that they brought up Mickey because I was actually watching the House of Kardashian on Peacock. I didn't finish it, but they were actually just watched it before we jumped in here. I was watching it and they
He
were
did
talking
say
about
that.
how they were talking about how it's like that the family Kim and Courtney, not Courtney, that Kim and Chris orchestrated this whole thing. And they deny
hmm
it, and they'll probably deny till Kingdom Come. But I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that. I mean, people who are talking about it have nothing to gain from admitting the truth, and plus,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Ray
very
J had
true.
it in writing, you know, and it's just like I said, too little,
Mhm.
too late. And
Oh, I found the voice.
Yeah.
Should I play it?
oh yes,
Okay.
Go for it.
Hey, it's Kim. I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and desperate. Who leaves their email address on their machine? You clearly want people to call you, but yet
Did it cut off?
call me back. And actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk
I
to
don't
you
hear it.
ever again. I think
Wait.
you're
Or do
honest.
you hear it?
Oh wait. Okay. Let me start over.
I heard the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I just heard like a little part of the
I want you
beginning.
to know that I think. Ray, it's Kim. I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and
Oh, I still don't hear it. That's weird.
their email address on their machine. You clearly want people to call you, but
Oh,
yet,
y'all are gonna have to fill me in because I can't hear it.
and actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk to you ever again. I think you're honestly a sick human being, and I think you are just so desperate that you'll do anything for attention, and you're just so disgusting. Honestly, so like have fun with old Tag Whitney Houston. Like she's so
I can't believe I can't hear this. Oh,
Tag is definitely not whack with you guys because you are just honestly it like makes me laugh on how disgusting you guys look. You're right. You're in Vegas with Whitney, and you need to go hang out.
It's a minute and 36 seconds, but she's just basically saying how desperate he was and
How disgusting it is with him being with Whitney and how
Yeah.
bad it looks. Yeah.
oh, got it. Okay. Yeah,
to me that
that's
sounded
so
more like
weird.
hurting actually.
It's so weird because it's like for like I heard like one or two like a word in the very beginning, and then after that I couldn't hear anything else. It was really weird. Yeah, yeah, no worries. At least y'all gave me a little bit of a rundown. I wish I would have been able to hear it though. But I'm just curious now that whenever we upload it, I wonder if the audience can hear it. But we'll find out. Let us know, y'all, if in the comments, if somebody can comment while you stop in and like and share, and subscribe. Like let me know if you heard it and what you thought of it. So
Yeah.
your comments.
There's
Alrighty,
been a lot
let's see here. So
other stuff that's come out, like stealing designs from small creators or
Yes,
artists,
I've heard about that too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
and
oh, that I did hear about that.
appropriation stuff, like the stuff with the kimono.
Oh yeah.
Skims.
Oh, I missed that.
I just think
What's that?
so many
Like,
things.
they have to change the name, like kimono to Skims, because well, I mean, it's like a cultural appropriation, and it's like you know,
It's
kinda
a very sacred thing in Japan.
So so Skims wasn't even the original name.
no. There's one
Oh, I had no idea.
Like
Yeah.
I watched.
Where am I? I need to do my Kardashian research because it looks like I'm way behind. Good googly moogly.
Yeah, that was like that was actually a pretty big deal. The fact that she tried to use that, and then they had to hurry and scrap everything and rebrand it pretty much. And
Yeah,
but she ended up, I mean, coming out of it smelling like a rose, because I mean, Skims is wildly successful now.
when it happened,
Yeah, it
I
is.
wasn't so much mad at her, but I was like, why does her team not know that this is not okay?
Exactly.
Like,
You know, it's
why was not one person in the room saying maybe we shouldn't do this?
You know, it's funny you say that because it made me think about a conversation I had with a friend of mine who used to work in marketing, and she used to be a communications planner, and she was saying that's part of the reason why she got out of marketing, because it's kind of like it's you know, it's run by like mostly white men who have like no perspective of anything, and they imagine they want everybody to see the world through their lens, and that's what they think that it should be and assume. And it's kind of like they just don't have the foresight to think. Not all of them, but a lot of them just don't have the foresight to realize, hey, maybe we should think about that. Maybe we should get some second opinions.
100%,
Maybe we
I
should
think
see who
that's
this impacts directly. Yes, stuff like that. And that's what makes me think of.
I completely agree. Like, I feel like that's why it's so important that people from all different backgrounds and cultures are in those rooms, in those meetings.
Exactly.
Because there's no other way for people to know really if they haven't experienced it.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
and there's
sure.
and there's so many things that go wrong with like some of these brands, these companies. Like the whole issue with Balenciaga recently. What was it over the summer
Yes,
too?
yeah.
With the kids and like
Mhm.
that shit was crazy. It's kind of like who are these people in these like these meetings that are like in these marketing meetings that are letting this stuff go, like that aren't looking at the big picture. Like they're not zooming out and just taking a look and be like, okay, holy shit, okay, something's wrong. We can't do this. It seems like it just blows my mind how a lot of these things just end up going to the forefront and it hits the floors and it gets out and the public. It blows my mind. It's like, is that like really happening? And like, what's up with these focus groups? Like, are they not having focus groups anymore with like people of different walks of
Yeah.
life and backgrounds? I don't know.
Yeah, I know that used to be a
We-
really big thing, but I don't know how frequent it is now.
Yeah, because I'm hearing about focus groups all the time, but now it's like, do they even exist
Hmm.
anymore? But circling back to
Yeah.
Balenciaga made me think about how this is one thing I feel like that it's like, even though I feel like society is like going into hell in a handbasket like
Oh
more and
yeah,
more each day, I feel like the one thing where the one thing where it's like I feel like there's been some kind of light of redemption there, like some like redeemable quality is the fact that, and I mentioned this before in another group I was in, is that the whole Balenciaga thing that happened with the outrage with people saying how it's like that you have these kids with these S&M teddy bears and wearing this stuff, that if this would have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, nobody would have cared about an eyelash.
yep,
Yeah,
Like
it's
someone
true.
like me
Yeah.
who back then would have thought that something about this is wrong and not right, I would have been shushed like I was, stuff like that. So I feel like people look out for kids more now than they used to.
yeah.
And they kind
Yeah.
of
That makes
have
sense.
like the moral compass is kind of turned on a little bit more. And I
100.
appreciate that because I mean, I can assure you that happened like, like I said, about 10, 15 plus years ago. Nobody would have cared.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
worked
true.
for a
Yeah.
family vlogger on YouTube who, um, working for her really showed me how many sick people there are like in YouTube audiences, and I had no idea. Like I really didn't
I
know,
believe it.
but there was
Oh yeah.
so many extra security measures that they had to take, and it was so much stress.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh my God. It's like people, the world scares me.
Yeah,
It's
the
like I
one,
know
yeah.
that there's a lot of good people, and I am a firm believer that there's a lot more good people in this world than there are bad, but oh my God. It's
Yeah,
like as much as I've always wanted to have kids of my own, it's like I'm kind of like I at this point now I'm like, I don't know. It's, huh.
100%. I feel you. I grew up like, well, not grew up, but when I was like 15, 16, I really wanted kids, but in the world we live in today, no, I will not bring them into this.
Oh, I don't blame you at all.
Yeah,
I,
it's like
Mm-mm.
yeah,
like so
if
many
I
of my
do, if
friends
I ever do, it's
are doing that right now. Like so many of my friends from high school are having kids or getting married and planning to have
Mhm.
kids, and just like the stress of like having to send your kid to school not knowing if they're going to come home, like I wouldn't be able to handle that.
God, right?
See, and that's
Exactly. Yeah.
actually that's what crosses my mind now these days. It's like with all these like school shootings and not even just in the schools anymore. It's like with workplace. It's like where
Yeah.
can you go? And now like I had to like work through my anxiety and get to the point where I am like I need to like live my life and live my best life because and I can't let what goes on with these crazies like dictate it. So it's
Oh,
it
sure.
is that's nuts. But no, you're right, Blair. It's like it's had that happen like 15, 20 years ago, it would have never been a thing. But I even noticed that even with like movies now, like you'll see things like that happen or old TV shows that play and like the shit and it's like you look now and it's like, oh man, it's like, okay, can't do that now.
It's like how they get away with it
Can't
back
do it
then.
now.
Right.
Like I
Mhm.
wish we could find a good balance between people feeling free to be themselves and like just be funny and not have everything be taken so seriously, but also like safety and like awareness. But I think we can find
Exactly.
a happy
Mhm.
medium.
So yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%
Like
for sure. But speaking
I
of
went through a period where it was like I was really um, in my head about content creation and like overthinking every word because I didn't want to offend people and get canceled. And I was so stressed about that when really people didn't care as much as I thought they did. Like in a good way.
yeah, it's like Yeah, oh yeah. And then sometimes it's like you have to like what I do is just I just stop and process things now. It's like I don't act on like just pure emotion or just like go through things. Like I just stop and I'll think and I'm like, okay, am I going to say something that's going to get myself quote unquote canceled or that's going to like ruin everything? Am I like or am I going to like cause an uproar? So it's like I'm just cautious about like what I say and just conscious of it. I
Yeah.
try to be at least, you know,
Is
but
cancel
other than
culture
that, like
still a
I
thing?
definitely still have my opinion on things. So, but speaking of oh my gosh, all these crazy things going on in this world. But so the actor, so Jonathan Majors was found guilty um of assault and harassment, misdemeanor charges.
Ooh,
So are y'all up to date on that?
yeah. I
A
didn't
little bit. I saw the
hear about it
video.
until
Then,
recently.
yeah. Oh, what's that?
Like, I
So
really
yeah,
don't.
I know.
Like I really didn't hear about it until recently. Like I don't really know the background.
Yeah, so he and his ex-girlfriend they gotten into a fight in New York City. It started, I want to say it started like in the hired car and
Ooh.
then it escalated like out into the street. And she said that she alleged that he had assaulted her and he was found guilty on two charges, like two misdemeanor charges, I believe. It was like for assault and aggravated harassment.
Oh shit.
There were like two other charges I think that were like thrown that he wasn't charged with, but he's supposed to get sentenced in February. But yeah, so I mean he was found guilty.
Oh,
So
God.
there's that, you know, but he basically
Marvel
he
just dropped him.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Marvel dropped him like so quick, and like he's lost a lot because he was starting to blow up. He really was, and then
Yeah.
you know here we go, domestic violence. But and of course, some people were questioning the story like
Yeah.
of the of his ex girlfriend because she right after the incident happened, they had video of her like I guess like out in a club or whatever, and she was like mingling with people. But it's like the problem is that I have with that is when people go through situations, especially through um traumatic situations, everybody reacts differently and you never know
Yeah.
how someone's going
Yeah.
to handle situations. So that's
Yeah.
why it's like when I heard that part, it didn't surprise me or whatever. I was like,
I did the
trust me,
same
I was like,
thing when I went through trauma like a couple of years ago. I was out partying the next day.
It
Yeah,
happens. Yeah,
yeah, see,
absolutely.
yeah, it
I think
does,
it's a
and
coping
exactly, and
mechanism.
right, yeah, exactly. It's a perfect example. Perfect example. I've known of plenty of people who've been through similar situations, and
Yeah.
it's like the way they reacted. It's like it just threw people off and it weirded some people out, or just you know, they're because some people are like, oh well, if that happened to me, I would do this, this, or that. But you never know until you're actually in that position. So everybody handles
100%.
things
I think it's
differently.
always
But
also the way
yeah,
people
but Megan Good.
associate.
Yeah, for sure. But Megan Good's still by his side. Like she was there today. They said just just looked very stoic. Both of them like in and out of the courtroom or whatever. So I don't know. He ruined his career basically. So because
I don't
Marvel
even
was
know if I
actually where he was
believe.
starting to take off.
Like I haven't like I didn't really hear about it until like a couple of days ago, and um
Hmm.
I feel like I need to look through the documents and look at information that's come out and
Right.
really come up with my own conclusion, because I feel like yeah, the optics
Hmm.
don't look great, but a lot of people lie about stuff like this, and I don't
Yeah, they
people lying, but
mhm,
you
and
know
right, which is true, but that's why they have trials, and that's what happened. That's the they found him guilty, so on at least two counts. So, and there was enough there. And then I think what really the smoking gun was that the driver of the hired car had and that's who everybody was wanting to hear from for a
uh,
while. They're all waiting for, and he or she, I don't know the gender, had showed up and testified. So, and I think that's
I'm
what
curious about that because
was
what
final.
I actually initially heard was that when the driver was saying that she was the one who instigated it. That's why I was kind of like, I didn't know where any of this was going to go. But you
Yeah,
never know.
I don't know anything about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what was said by the driver, but all I knew is that that everybody waited for the driver to speak up, and they said the driver came to court. But I think that's pretty much what, however, was like just kind of. I don't know. I have to look at it some more, but I think that was like really going to be like the final nail in the coffin there. But
I hope that
however it is, they had video, they had the driver was a witness, so Yeah, but
I hope she's not. I obviously hope that this is not, true by any means, but I hope that she's not lying about it. Like
it doesn't
it's
look like
such a tough situation because I don't want any of it to be true. But I've heard of situations like this. Like I hope it's not like an Amber Heard situation.
Yeah, because
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
yeah, because I've heard people like, man, I think especially I feel like I was on Reddit about a few months ago, and people were saying how it's like for a while that he's been an asshole and really terrible towards women for years.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's come out. Yeah, that there's.
Which
Which
makes
he
sense to
had
hear him
another
actually
ex-girlfriend.
like him as an actor, and then I found that out.
yeah. I can never look at someone the same when stuff like this comes out.
Yeah, and I've got to do some more research, but I want to say, I want to say another ex-girlfriend had said something recently. Someone said, or someone that was involved with him. I don't know if they were an actual girlfriend or not. I want to say that more things had come out, and they were saying that's why it wasn't looking good for him. So, but I'm a firm believer though that where there's smoke, there's fire. So,
yeah,
and they found him guilty. They didn't do it for no reason. So,
yeah,
that's where I stand.
based on just the charges, like the fact that they found enough evidence, I feel so horrible for her. Like,
yeah, it's not. Yeah, domestic violence is not a good thing.
But it's interesting though. It's like like one interesting thing I'll say too is the fact that it's like it's gonna be just interesting. I mean, I feel like he's done for career wise because if you notice, whenever you have like some people who get punished to a full extent, like they should, like Harvey Weinstein and like Danny Masterson. But you have a lot of people out there who get away. I think about to be soft launched like Army Hammer. I don't think much of anything's gonna happen.
He has too much money for
it. And it's like how Johnny Depp. I mean, he had his part in that whole thing, and it's kind of like, but it's like, but yeah, you had some like Will Smith, who was provoked, and granted, he shouldn't have slapped, Chris Rock, but his career still hasn't been the same since it happened.
Yeah,
and
it's like true. I feel like that. Like it's almost like that. I feel like it's like if you're a person of color, you have no margin for error when stuff like that happens.
Right. You get one and you're one and
like that. That's how it's always been that way. Yeah. It really has been.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no other way to put it. There's sugarcoating it. It's true.
That's why I'm so careful about even what I say, because I don't want to ever offend someone to the point where they feel like they need to ruin my life,
Exactly.
Like somebody like me who's Asian and gay, that's not gonna work for me in this industry.
I understand completely. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
As a Black woman. Oh yeah. We we
hear you.
I get it.
We hear you loud and clear. Yeah, that's for certain. Oh yeah, definitely. But let's see.
How do you feel about all the stuff that's coming out about Candace and Chris and their relationship and all that stuff?
Oh, okay, yeah. So
what's going on?
Okay, so the girl who made up. Okay, so I don't even know. Number one, I don't even know how people even believe that to begin with, especially if you even listen to the initial interview. I'm not one to put people down, but the girl sounded like a complete idiot. She sounded uneducated, just stupid. And I was like, if Chris is going to cheat on Candace, I'm pretty sure he was going to do it with somebody that has sense and a brain and common sense, because that girl was like, I mean, I don't even know how people even believed her to begin with, but she apparently came forward. Was it last week? And she said, "Oh yeah, I lied. I made it all up." So
Are you talking about Deborah?
Huh?
Are you talking about Deborah, Ashley's friend?
No. This. Oh, I thought you were talking about what was circulating over the news that he he supposedly had an affair and got the girl pregnant and stuff. And
yeah, that girl.
And terminate. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was the latest thing I saw about Candace in the news, but
yeah, and apparently, it was like they fucked or something. I don't even know. It just sounded like a whole lot of lies.
It was all of it. Yeah, all was made up. Yeah, it came out that she was, but I don't even know how they even believed it to begin with. But whoever it was that put it out, they said it was the same woman who made it as an exclusive as the same one that Cardi B sued for a whole lot of money.
Tasha K.
Yeah,
that's who it was. Yeah.
How could she go down? How in the world does she go to do that again? Go down the same road again?
Well, that's exactly. That's
what this again.
Right. Well, that's what everybody's been talking about. They were like, how did that happen? How did the like I guess she's asking to get get sued again, but yeah, but I didn't even believe that from the jump, not at all. For saying that Candace is like my least favorite housewife, I had to like go to bat and defend her for that because
Yeah.
that was messed up. I was like, oh no no no, I didn't believe it for a second.
I feel like
Didn't believe
I've
it.
seen a lot of things about people clowning her because she's with a white man.
Probably, which that's unfortunately comes with the territory. It's standard. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Sad because like he
Not
seems like
not at
the
all.
nicest guy. Like just from what we've seen on the show and his interviews with other content creators, he seems like genuinely a nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool. I think he seems to be like really cool, like a really cool stand-up guy. I like him a lot. Like I like him way better than Candace because I'm like, oh, especially it was last season. I'm like, I just couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that of Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm like, how is he even still with her? I'm like,
Every season though, have you noticed the last like 3 seasons? It's been like cheating rumors about someone. Like first it was Ray Kruger, then it was Eddie Osefo, then it was Chris
yeah,
Bassett.
okay, happy Eddie.
It's like every year they're just rotating each relationship.
Yeah, true, but that's pretty standard for housewives.
And I feel like the only
Um,
one that actually cheated was Juan.
yeah, and what's her name? She's still Robin. I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know. I think her and Juan mainly stay together for the kids,
Yeah.
but to me they just seem more like they're friends more than anything. I don't even really see a romantic connection there anymore like there used to be. I don't know. I don't dip into that too much.
I will say
Right
Robin is not one of my favorites, but I do feel bad that everyone is like attacking her right now, and it's been happening for like a year.
yeah, it's been going on for a minute. Yeah, that it definitely has, and I'm assuming Blair must be Blair is probably fighting with Pumpkin, you all. That is her beautiful pit bull. That um
Oh,
oh gosh, she's adorable, but she's a handful. But the poor thing, she'd been sick. Pumpkin's been sick, but she's gotten better. She's gotten a lot better. But she's eating again and um giving Blair a headache, I'm sure. So that's
yeah.
why.
How
That's
do you
gotta be
feel
why
about?
she's
Have you been
gone.
watching Beverly Hills lately?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Like,
It's
I'm
pretty
really
good.
liking the season. Like, I heard that Kathy and Lisa came to an agreement and they're going to film together next season and come back. But I don't know. I don't know if that's been confirmed. But I feel like
I
the
don't
season's
know.
like on the top.
Maybe now that since it looks like things are better with those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Hopefully.
sure. I haven't like dived into that.
I would not want to be
Not
feuding with
quite
the
yet.
Hilton at all. No, not at all.
Mm-mm. No, like I like them, but I haven't I of course, watching like following the whole the drama with Kim and Mauricio
Yeah.
and whatever's going on with Morgan Wade, and that mystery I feel like soon that's gonna reveal itself. The
I feel like
truth. I think
every
that'll come
have
out.
you noticed like
Do what now?
a lot of celebrities, like female celebrities, like after a very tumultuous relationship, they'll try out women.
Yeah, I've got friends like that too. This is something I think a lot of women just. I can't say I blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, can't say I blame them, but yeah, it's I've noticed that happening a lot. I noticed that happened a lot when I was in my 20s, like mid
Yeah.
20s to like on up. That's when I started noticing that happening often.
Oh, did you
But
hear about Mauricio? I think it was like a couple years ago. Like I think it was like 2 years ago. He was being investigated by the government for I forgot what it's called, but something with claiming money or profits as business, but then putting it into other accounts or something, allegedly. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it was very shady.
the only other thing I know about him is just whatever's going on with this whole real estate stuff. I haven't like even dipped into it.
Yeah.
Um, to like go and like to even research it, but it sounds like something happened with a deal. That's the only thing I've heard of recently. It's just something with a deal that I think was handled improperly, and
Oh,
something with
that's
like
what I was
money
thinking
being
of.
got.
Yeah,
Wait, do what now?
that's what I was thinking of. I got the dates confused.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know the details of it. Like I haven't like paid much attention to it, mainly because I'm just still trying to figure out what's going on with that whole relationship and all that and stuff. And oh, and that's the other thing that that's what's really got me is this whole Kim and Croy stuff, because
Oh,
that was what I wanted to segue into after Jonathan Majors, Kim and Croy and the fighting, because of course the video came out, the police camera, the footage came out from a month ago. I don't know if it was exactly a month ago, but it was from last month, whenever with that huge blow up and Croy's just like loses his mind, and or is he speaking his mind? I don't know. However it is, but if you watch Tardy from the Party, to me everything makes sense with Kim's like habits, her spending habits and the gambling. Because when
yeah.
they made that road trip from Georgia to like Arizona, it's like everywhere they stopped, Kim had to go to the
Thousands and
casino. She
thousands
was
of
like
dollars.
gambling away like so much money. So, but I could see how someone could be just driven to the point of, I mean, Croy like lost his mind. And the cops like, he's like, "What are you mad about?" And I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Seriously?" I'm like, I get and understand why he's screaming and yelling. He's like, "Our lives." He's like, "We've lost everything."
Yeah.
He's like, "A marriage." He's like, "The house." You know. He's like, "We've got no money. We've nothing." And it's just, and oh my gosh. But all I know is that I don't know exactly where things stand. I know that Kim started another Instagram page where she's selling things, and a lot of the things she's selling Croy's items. Oh, and that's the other thing I saw, that that he said in the footage that she was sleeping with other men. And so she
Oh,
came out a few days ago, I think, trying to say that that wasn't true. But now she's trying to cash in on she's trying to cash in on that rumor now with some clickbait.
yeah.
She's
She
got to
like
make
put
money
clickbait out
somehow.
about herself, which
She's got
like
to
I
make money somehow.
yeah. The
Mhm.
last thing I heard about her was that
Yeah.
she was selling her wigs online, and that Andy Cohen bought one for the Watch What Happens Live Clubhouse.
I could see that. That's
That would
hilarious.
be I wonder if he did. He probably did. I could see that.
Yeah,
It
Oh
is.
my
she was like
goodness.
selling them for like $2,000, 2,500.
Mhm. Oh yeah. See, at first I honestly thought that I thought this whole thing was like a publicity stunt, to try to get back on the show because they needed money. But it's like, it's the longer it's going on, and then just watching those poor kids. That's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for those kids, like in the whole situation,
Yeah.
just caught up, whatever.
Like
And that's
some of their kids like 10 years old or like very very young. Like they're gonna
young.
have to grow up with this drama
Mhm.
around them.
Yeah, they're young because it's what they've got, four young ones. Is that right? Is it four young ones,
Um,
or is it
I think
three?
I know there's twins, and I think there's
yeah, it's
two.
Yeah, there's
yeah, 4 young ones,
yeah,
and
there's
it's he
twins.
adopted Brielle and Ariana.
Yeah,
Right, yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember how many they had
I think
total,
I'm
but yeah, that's
on their names right now. I know there's Cash and KJ and Kaya and
I can't believe his name either.
there's so many K names. I just can't keep it straight.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, me either. But oh, I feel bad for those kids. I hope
Yeah, and they're like right at the age of
they get
social
that
media,
figured out.
starting to get on it, starting to
Oh,
get on
I
social media.
know.
So they're I
Mhm.
know that they're probably seeing it. At
Oh
least some
yeah,
of
oh
them
absolutely.
sent it.
100%. They have to. And that's just the whole thing that they need to be mindful of. It's like the age of those kids, and clearly, I mean, they're calling the cops, but they're calling the
Yeah,
cops on our
something's a
parents.
mess
So
at home.
it's just,
I've
but
heard that
I'll say
word
that that
travel
shocks
in
me.
Georgia.
The whole falling apart of that relationship really shocks me, because I never saw that coming at all.
Neither did I.
But
But
never saw it
because
coming.
Family was right.
I don't know what to believe
Mhm.
anymore because like at first when they were talking about it, I was shocked. And then I started to think that maybe it was for publicity because they were trying to get another show. And then
That's what I
like
thought.
they got back together and
Mhm.
now just I don't know what's real and what's not. Because Kim is so fame focused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to believe from her. Everything out of her mouth, I take with a grain of salt at this point.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I guess for me she has to be, I guess, fame focused because that's now that's the only way she makes her money. You know,
Yeah.
wasn't she a registered nurse? Isn't that what her
She
original
was, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, occupation was? Yeah, she was a nurse, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully they'll get that figured
Yeah.
out soon. So
It's a new
let's
headline every day with them.
yeah, no, you're right about that. All right, so from breakups to how about some new couples or some couples that are together? So Demi Lovato is engaged now. So she
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
Jordan Lutz got engaged. So I'm happy for her because that girl's been through it.
She has been. And I'm hoping that this one works out well for her. And I really hope he treats her well. I really do.
Me
She
too. It
deserves
sounds like
it.
he does.
She's been with a lot of shitty dudes, and I feel bad for her for that.
Yeah. She's been through
Yeah,
enough.
she sure has been. Yeah, she has been. Yeah, she's definitely been through enough, and she's been through a lot. But yeah, this guy, I think I like the fact that they've got a lot in common. Of course, the music industry, but not only that, but they're like they seem to be on the same journey, the same like healing journey, sobriety journey, or whatever you want to call it, together. So, which is good, I think, for her. But they just seem to like love each other for who they are, and it seemed like he just came along like at the right time because I didn't know that he was a musician also. Like, he's a musician as well, and um he was signed, I want to say, to Capitol Records, had a deal with them, but with like COVID, I guess they just couldn't really afford to keep him, so they released him from his contract. And he was actually glad about it because he was able to kind of go out independently and make music. And then somehow or another, he ended up writing for Demi and doing a song, like writing a song with her, and that's how they met. And the rest is
That's
history.
cool.
But yeah, congratulations to you, Demi. I'm happy for you. That's exciting for her. She's
I'm
got a really
glad she's
pretty rock though. He did good. He picked out a nice pretty ring.
I always wanted
A nice bling.
her to just like find her happy ending.
Oh, for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah,
I
I
really want that
agree. I
for
think
her.
she's finally. Yeah, I think she found it. I think so. And what do y'all think about Selena Gomez and Billy Billy Billy, I was about to say
Benny
Billy
Blanco.
Blank. I'm thinking about Billy Blanks. Randomly, I was thinking about him. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, Benny Blanco. Yeah, I thought that was. I like that. I actually like that pairing a lot.
Yeah. They just look good together.
And to
You know
me,
what's
I think
funny?
what is it's like. Go
Go
Black.
ahead.
No,
It
you
was
go
really
ahead.
nothing about the relationship really, but just the fact that
Oh,
I didn't realize that he was actually part of a music project I used to listen to back like years ago, back when I was like really into like the underground indie rock, like
yeah,
electro pop
yeah,
type or whatever. He was in Bangers and Cash, which was like it was him and Spankock in
Oh,
the head. I didn't
really.
realize it was him, yeah. And I did not realize
Oh,
that was I mean I heard of like Bangers and Cash was like a spin-off and like little side project that Spankock was involved in because I was a pretty big Spankock fan, but I didn't realize that Benny Blanco was actually the
yeah.
other half of that.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's new to me. I didn't realize that. Yeah, but I like her a lot for him because she's been with like the kind of guy she's been with. I think she actually went for somebody who's just, and that's what it is. She says like he adores her and he like, and the way he treats her. She's never been treated so well, and because
yeah.
people are giving her shit right now because they're like they don't think he's like the best looking dude, and but I'm like, but he seems like somebody who would treat a woman right though, like he just like who would
Yeah.
do right, like but he seems like that underdog that you want to win.
Yeah. You're right.
Hmm. That's how I see it. But I'm glad about that. I'm glad. I'm like happy for her, and of course, we see um, there's plenty of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey. They're doing great. Of course, I already that they're gonna get married, and have babies. It's just the way that their worlds collided, and everything's just falling into place and aligning. So
They seem like they're meant
there's
to be.
I think so, yeah, and I think just
Yeah.
the way that everything just aligned for them, and just watching it play out. It's just like, dang, it's yeah, it's true. I think the universe really does align and all those things like come
100%.
together and stuff. So that's very, very interesting. Very interesting
I used to
indeed.
not
But
believe in stuff like that, but I do, like, based on some recent things that have happened that I'll tell you. I really believe in like signs, not like every single thing, but
Mhm.
I definitely believe in signs from
Yeah.
the universe, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely believe
Yeah,
not for myself, but for other people. Yeah, I definitely,
Mhm.
I 1000% believe in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. Blair, what kind of new stuff you got? What have you got that we missed?
You know, like I don't like that Kardashian stuff we're actually talking about was already on my mind. That's been a lot of it, and like because I was like I said, I was watching House of Kardashian.
Yeah, the House of Kardashian.
But then also, it just made me think. I think the other thing I was kind of thinking about that what's been on my mind a lot with them is like Courtney, like the Courtney of it all.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh,
just the
yeah.
fact that she seems to be the one who's like, she seems the one who's the least superficial of all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she's trying to, break away from the herd because the fact that she's like, she believes in, she's doing therapy, and it's pretty apparent that they don't believe in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, what's so weird and ironic is the fact that from things I've heard and like encounters people have had with her and whatnot, she's like the least friendly.
They're least friendly. Yeah,
Yeah, which is very weird. It's
right.
like she seems like the most down to earth and the most like,
Mm-hmm.
normal and least affected by the fame, but yet
Right, and the more
she's the one I
relatable
hear
one out
like
of all of them.
exactly like the worst attitude and stuff. And it's
I think
like,
she just hates being a celebrity. Like she just hates everything that comes with it.
I think it could be too.
I
It
could
made me
very
think
well
about that
be.
saying I heard not too long ago, like the duality of man. How it's like
Yeah.
how this how
Mhm.
like people like can be it's like a theory people can be capable of like it's either like good and bad or whatever. And it's like that's to me that's like a good example of that because how it's hard to wrap my mind around because the fact that it's like I never really hear anything good about her with people encounters and people have worked with her and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like
Yeah.
she's the most like she's the one who's least affected by the fame. She's the one who is least materialistic. She's the one who
She barely
seems
has
the
any
most-
work done.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
just so weird. But yet
She looks
she's
the most natural and the most like
exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
not phased by plastic surgery. But I will like
Yeah.
Courtney is my favorite right now, but I will say I died when Kim called her a fake humanitarian hoe.
She did.
I think I vaguely remember that. That's really funny. Kim is a lot funnier than people give her
Oh,
credit
she's-
for.
Yeah.
She's
She is.
hilarious.
Kim's savage. That's the thing. She's savage. She'll come through and she'll just like
Mhm.
say things and drop these lines. Like remember the episode whenever she and Courtney were fighting and she's on the phone and she's like, we've got a text message thread and it's titled Not Courtney.
That was foul.
Yeah, she
It
didn't have
was
to do that.
it was foul. She didn't have to do that. But I was like, God. I'm like, Kim was really trying to make her point. I was
Yeah.
What I didn't
Oh my
like about it, I mean,
God.
not only was it mean spirited, but it's like her friends probably. I mean, Courtney's friends obviously went to Kim in confidence
Yeah.
and
Oh,
probably did
true,
just
yeah.
vent or whatever, and have an outlet. But then it's like she took that as an opportunity, kind of being like, well, this person's probably talking about you, and they're on a group chat and they're complaining about stuff like that, and it's like. And she should have done that because it's kind of like that wasn't
Yeah,
her
I
place
hear
to
that.
do that.
Yeah,
It's like I know
that
people
makes
do
sense.
that shit, and I hate that. Oh,
I will say with respect to what Kim has said about Courtney, I can't imagine what the stress and the pressure would be to be the backbone or to, pick up the slack for a big, huge brand like that. I
True.
would not be able to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
that's true too.
Yeah, no,
Especially like
yeah,
filming,
that's very
sharing
true.
your life, and then having to open up more because someone else isn't. It's just a tough
Mhm.
balance.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even with
Oh no,
documentary stuff,
definitely,
like
definitely.
there's no other cast members. So for me filming, like it's all on me. So I get it to a certain extent, but
Right. That's true too.
it's a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
interesting.
true.
The whole family and like I mean it's I can imagine like I mean the amount of materials that people can like I mean obviously content that's created, books that are being written,
Yeah.
theses that are being written about, dissertations are being written, because it's like there's just so much that this family has given over the years, and there's so much to be analyzed that it's just mind blowing. It's crazy and
It
perplexing.
really is. And just watching how they built that from the ground up, it's like, I mean, granted, yeah, they did, I mean, grow up with more and more privileged than many people, but the way that, I mean, they weren't celebrities by any means, but just the way that they just built themselves from the ground up. And I mean, Kris Jenner's a genius.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
Always.
literally,
Yeah.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But what's so interesting actually is my old roommate, her old boss, and good friend, owned a salon that she worked at. She actually grew up with Kris Jenner. And one night, like years ago, like we were having like a wine night and everything, just kind of chilling out, like having some wine and everything. And she had randomly, she was talking about, and this was years ago, like this is like 11 years ago, maybe. Probably about 11 years ago, maybe 10. Because this was like right whenever they were starting to like get big, like starting to kind of blow up or whatever. And she was talking about how she had actually just talked to Kris. And it was just like she was just talking about how just everything just happened like so quickly and everything. But she said that their mom, MJ, like she didn't call her MJ. She called her like Mary Jane or Mary Jo or whatever, one of those names, but she didn't call her MJ. But she said like her mom was the one, like she like built her daughters to like look for men with high profile men or men with like money or whatever and stuff, and like taught them like what to do and like how to do it. So she was basically like saying like her mom was the one that like taught her like what to do and like how to do and everything. But it's interesting, like she didn't have anything bad to say about her at all. It's just that she was just kind of like like, oh my gosh, like this is like it was just like crazy because they grew up together in La Jolla. But yeah, so fun little interesting facts. Like I had that little story.
Moments like
That was
that you
interesting.
just shared that remind me how small the world is.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true. Oh, I do remember one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Monica from Salt Lake.
Russell Salt Lake.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Monica stuff about how she threw a shoe at Angie and she's like
what?
A family and lying about the Bermuda family trip to Walmart and all that stuff.
I don't trust anything that comes out of Monica's mouth. I'll say that much. She's entertaining, but I so much has been like falling apart of what comes out of her mouth. It's like some of it I believe, and some I don't. Like I
do
don't
think
know. I don't know.
With her mom is at least part of it is true. Like because I can see just the contentious kind of energy. That
they've got such a bad dynamic, a horrible dynamic. It's not healthy.
Yeah, it seems very obviously they're going to edit in Monica's favor, but when her mom went on Twitter and started tweeting about it, I was like, I was very shocked to see that.
I don't watch that much of the season, but is she the one who had the affair with her brother-in-law?
Yeah,
that's her. Yeah,
and they just released Identity.
Shady.
This season's good. It's actually pretty good, but I don't think production's necessarily going to edit it to make her look good. Because if you notice production, it's kind of like they're going to make you look good or they make you look bad. I think it just kind of really depends on what they think and how they think the show's going to go. Or what they think is going to help with the ratings. But either way, I don't think Monica's helping herself that much at all. But yeah, that's
sure.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm definitely tuning in. I want to keep watching it, but what really showed me how dirty she was how she was suing Beauty Lab and Heather and her company, and it's like, and then doing it under like her married last name or whatever I think it was, and and just putting up with this whole front. That I thought that was really messed up. So that's where after that part I was like, okay, I was like, I really don't trust anything that comes out of her mouth, which she does, but
A lot
I
of it,
don't know. I mean, huh?
a lot of it doesn't add up to me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't add up at all. But I mean, she's not normal either. Though but I will give her, I'll give her some weird props though, because it was a weird flex. So I was like, okay. When she released the picture of her own mugshot, I guess she didn't want. I think she didn't want anybody else to go dig it up for it first and then
I
release
can
it.
see that, like
And,
wanting to get ahead of it
yeah,
before
and
everybody
it
else
makes but it's fitting for her though, right? It's so fitting for her character. So in a way, I'm like not surprised. Please don't mugshot.
Yeah.
But I didn't even go into it to even see why she was arrested or what it was for. But I thought that was pretty funny. That was just
Speaking of producers, though, do you believe the stuff about Eric Fuller?
Eric Fuller.
Oh, he's the producer. I think one of the head producers of Potomac and Atlanta, and a lot of stuff has come out about him playing favorites and cutting people's screen time if he doesn't like them, and giving favorable treatment to the lighter women on the shows.
Wow, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I never heard anything about it.
Let's
I've
look into
only heard just accusations of Candace just throwing stuff at Giselle, and everything, and accusing her of colorism. But other than that, I've never heard anything else or
There's a
whatever. But
lot that came
was
out.
it like reported? Was it like page 6 or something that reported?
No, it was more so on like housewives blogs and like Twitter and stuff like that, and people have just put
Oh, okay.
together.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Because only for me, like the only stuff I follow really, it's like if it comes out like page 6, People, TMZ. What else do I listen to or look
Reddit,
at?
because Reddit, you find all kinds of stuff on Reddit.
Reddit, you do find a lot. Oh, like one day I'll go down a Reddit rabbit hole. I haven't done that
There's
in a while.
so
It's been like
much out
months.
there. I really
Yeah.
suggest you do it just to like, not for fun, but just like it is kind of like juicy.
Do it for fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
because oh yeah, I started to do it. It was, what day was it? It was a few days ago. I started to go down a rabbit hole somewhere, and I just got distracted, and I didn't get to finish. Didn't get to finish going down my rabbit hole. But Blair, what was it? You were about to say something that
Oh
something
yeah,
that you
yeah.
for-
Like
that you
what I
were- that you
forgot
wanted
I
to
was
talk
going
about.
to talk about that. That was like the press tour for that Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney movie, Anyone But You.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I mean, it's obviously they're playing like up their affection and stuff like that because, like, for ratings and trying to get people to see the movie and all. But
Right.
what I find super interesting and sus about is the fact that, I mean, I was hearing rumors that they were allegedly like seeing each other, like having an affair, and Sydney's engaged,
Right.
and to some guy
Yeah,
who's
she
like
is.
older than her, who's like a restaurateur or whatever. And Glenn had a girlfriend, a pretty serious girlfriend. And however it was, it's like there's actually a recent blind item that came out that said something how it's like that people think it was, if I can't remember this right, I think it was either people who worked on set or something like that knew that someone said that this affair really did happen, and that's why his girlfriend broke up with her. I mean, I think that he broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he and Cindy were supposed to get back together, but she never broke up with her fiance. She stayed with him. And
That's
but
right.
it makes
And I heard
sense.
rumors that
Yeah, because it makes sense because his girlfriend at the time, like after they broke up, she made like a cryptic message on her Instagram and like a post, a kind of like almost kind of like be careful who you can trust and something like that, like right on time they broke up. Because it's like I think she was friendly with Sydney and all that stuff happened. And because remember, like
really,
yeah, because I remember people were saying stuff about like that, like they were denying it, but it's like I 1000% believe it happened. And then people saying outside that,
I
like
do too.
Like even his own family was like embracing her and like,
oh my god,
it was crazy. Like,
what does that
and
tell
now
you?
it's and now they're playing up and stuff like that. But it's like, how was it's like? I think there was some like, one of the rumor is that she allegedly was supposed to leave her fiance, but she didn't. But he left his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I think Dumois had said that.
It was on Dumois. It was one item was recent. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Amanda Bynes just now while we've been recording.
Oh, what's that?
something just came out about Amanda Bynes'
Oh, really?
video.
Yeah, she stopped recording after she did her first episode. That poor girl, she needs to get a
Oh
lot
my
of help.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's so
I feel
sad.
It's horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. It's a horrifying seeing her. I can't. It's hard for me to like watch her and see her because there's a whole lot there, and that's just it's sad. It's sad. Like I don't even recognize her voice anymore. Like I recognize it a smidge, but that's it. But it's
Mhm.
just it's sad. It's horrifying. Oof.
I feel so bad for just I
Mhm.
can't imagine being a childhood star and then like what having the entire world watch you grow up and judge everything, and no wonder she's
Exactly.
so like obsessed
Mhm.
on her appearance, because she's been made to care about that. Like she's been forced to
Yeah.
care. And
Oh,
people are clowning her about it and saying like, oh, negative things about her, and how she's been struggling. It's like, obviously this is someone who's severely traumatized. It's like, it's not funny.
oh, for sure. And what's so sad for me too, for us, the fact that she's already very vulnerable, and I think there's like people preying on her right
Uh-huh.
now who are not good at all.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
that
that's a lot
boyfriend
to
at
do with
first.
it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're together
I always think
anymore. At least I
that
hope
her
not.
boyfriend's like the worst.
Who?
But yeah, that's her boyfriend's terrible. Like that's who a lot of people are trying to get her away from is her boyfriend because he's apparently like he's like no good and
I think they broke
they
up, but I
believe
guess
that he
not.
Is that
I
the
think
artist?
I think they got back together like recently. Hold
Is
on,
that the
let me
one trying
look.
to be
I
a
want to
singer
say they got
or something,
I
or
might
like a
be wrong,
rapper or something?
but I believe they got back together recently. Let's see here. Amanda Bynes. Yeah, that's right. That's right, people. I've got my cell phone out because I'm looking up news to tell you all. Okay. I said you all like I'm from the north. Y'all. Like, that's what I say. I say y'all. Let's see here. Amanda.
The thing that I saw just now is Amanda Bynes, I'm Keeping My Podcast Alive, resumes after break.
So she's gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she was putting it on pause right now because she wants to get like more guests. She wants more guests. Like she said like um who was it? Like Jack Harlow and like Drake and other people. But kind of like they were saying on TMZ that she needs to go from sometimes you can't jump from A to Z. Like sometimes you have to go through the alphabet. And like
Yeah.
she may need to just like work her way up,
I think it
Work
sounds
her
like
way
he's
up to
I think it sounds like Mickey's saying that she's actually decided to resume it again. Is that what it is?
Oh, is she resuming it again?
It says the day after saying her new podcast was going the way of the dinosaur because of a lack of big name guests, Amanda says she's going to continue the podcast.
Okay, so she did decide to resume it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's
Okay. So that must have been like a few hours ago, huh?
She said
Because
now
like what I saw,
says she
maybe so.
realizes podcasts need time to grow a following, and those big name guests she has on her radar might join down the road. Of course, no matter who the guests are, they won't be talking about her mental health struggles or her Hollywood career.
Okay, let's see here.
yeah.
The latest thing I
Your
see.
information sounds more up to date. That's
Okay, let's see.
it sounds like what he has is more up to date.
I hope she's able
Yeah,
to leverage
probably.
this into something successful, because she
I know,
deserves.
me too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
And I think
Yeah, it
space would
says.
be great for her. Like she has that. She's always had that kind of likable personality to me.
Oh, absolutely,
Mhm.
she has. It's like I loved her when she was like
She's
a kid. Like
yeah,
she's a
she's.
fun actress.
I don't recognize her anymore. I feel bad for her.
Mhm.
But yeah, she was always a great like she was like one of those kids. She was like one of those child stars that like grew up like she never aggravated me as a child star.
Yeah,
A lot of child stars like irritated me and aggravated me, but
same with
she
me.
never did. I always liked her.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
always liked her a lot.
she seems like someone who is like a good person, but just struggled a lot.
Oh, for sure. I
Hmm.
agree. That's how I feel
Yeah,
about her.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but hopefully she'll like hopefully things will bounce around, and get better for her and everything. But Oh, let's see. Let's get ready to wrap this up. I got the last story I have here. This is interesting. So there was a couple that actually appeared on Below Deck. They appeared on Below Deck Mediterranean and Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I want to say it was like 2019 and 2020 respectively, but it was urologist Francis Martinez and his wife Jessica. They were indicted for fake opioid prescription for a fake opioid prescription scheme, and they were actually using crew members from Below Deck, like crew members, cast members. They were using their names and like falsifying
Oh,
I guess identities maybe to like get this like
oh,
these drugs and stuff or
That's
whatever. But yeah, it's
crazy.
like
a
crossing
big
like
mess.
uh, just like into different countries.
I don't think they did it in different countries. From what I want to say, everything they did was like stateside, but they were using the names of the crew members. But because however it was,
Wow.
they got caught in the U.S. and it was Jessica, the wife, actually got busted because somebody, I guess they felt like she wasn't who the prescription was for. And it just like something, it just triggered them off, and they started an investigation. But however it was, they didn't. It didn't take them long to catch them, and they really weren't investigating all that long. I want to say the investigation. I think I read somewhere maybe it started in April, so it really wasn't that long ago.
They invest.
But yeah, that's why they're in jail now. They investigated them.
They're
So
in jail.
yeah. Wait, what?
They're in jail.
They got locked up. Yeah, I don't know if there's. Let me look see if they're still in jail. But I think they get sentenced, and I was just looking at this. Let's see here. Let me go and pull it up. Let's see here. Okay, let me get there. All right, doctor and wife indicted. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. Let me kind of look through this a little bit. Okay, okay, so they were arraigned in New York, yeah, Thursday for filling out the fake prescriptions, and they're falsifying business records also. And okay, let's see. Oh, okay, so they were released without bail. Um, and they both pled not guilty. So they're due back in court January 25th. So,
Interesting.
but yeah, so it's crazy because I actually kind of I do remember them. Surprisingly enough, I remember them because they were actually cool people. And you know how those shows are, especially like Below Deck. They always a lot of times they'll get like assholes or like jerks and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
I remember them. I thought they were pretty cool people. That like from what I remember. But yeah, that's what happened. So and somehow or another, I don't know how they thought they were going to get away with it, but yeah, they use like cast members, their like names. I'm like,
That
oh
is
my gosh,
crazy.
isn't it? I know. I'm curious. I wonder if Gary was one of them. That if they used Gary's name by chance. His name always seems to come up in a lot of things. I'm curious about that though. But yeah, but that's what I've got for celebrity news. What about y'all? I think does
Oh,
that about wrap it up for us?
That's
something
yeah,
came up
like
about
wraps it
Celine
up.
Dion.
Do what now?
Something came up about Celine Dion. It says she has no longer has control over muscles amid stiff person syndrome battle.
Oh
Oh
man.
jeez. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man. I know she's been suffering with that. Like, I felt like it was. It sounded like it was something that would get progressively worse. So I'm not surprised, but which
Yeah.
is so sad though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, like to affect like your whole like entire body about that. Like with that, that's
Yeah.
and I don't know
No.
much about it because I don't think there is a whole lot about it. But it does not sound like it's fun at all. But
Yeah.
and she actually
It's
just
like
recently made an appearance. I know. I think was it in Vegas, in Las Vegas. She made an
oh,
appearance recently. I had seen because I know she hadn't been seen in public for a while, and it was a few months ago. Um, I had just seen a report about that, but well, we wish you well, Celine. We
Yeah.
wish you all the best,
No.
but yeah. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up. And of course, this one was a little bit longer
Yeah.
than usual. It's okay. We're having fun, but I'm glad that we're able to get some news stories out there mixed in with some. Of course, we
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah.
whole spectrum, right?
We hit it all.
Hollywood from
Oh yeah.
A-listers to the reality TV. But all right, cool. Well, let's go ahead, wrap it up. Feel free, just follow us, like and subscribe. Check out our
Yeah.
Facebook page. We've got our Facebook group as well. Also,
Instagram,
TikTok. It
TikTok.
is yes, the dot pop culture green room on TikTok, and on Instagram we are at the pop culture green room. And of course, we've got our YouTube channel. Of course, you see us here right now. So that's where we're at. And of course, y'all, of course, we're introducing y'all. This is our producer, Mickey J. We're so happy to have
Yay.
him on board. Super stoked, excited.
That's so much fun.
And
Like this
I
is like a
yeah,
drive.
know.
we're loving
Great.
it. So
I feel
yeah.
like this is
So
a drive
all
by
of this
Gossip Trash.
here. Oh yeah. Yep. So we've got a lot more content, a lot more fun, exciting stuff coming. We're excited about it, and stay tuned because we've got another recap coming up for Southern Charm from the most recent episode, and we have to talk about Chef's dance moves because, dear Lord,
Oh gosh.
how can I like not talk about
Oh
that?
gosh.
So,
Yeah.
oh yeah. All right, everybody, still have a good night, and
All right. Good
we will
night.
sign out. Take it easy. All right, bye bye.